surprised what I am doing? Actually, I am trying to check my temperature because today I was feeling little bit drowsy and restless. So I thought why not to check the temperature. And you know very well with what I am checking my temperature. This is the thermometer, right? And we check the temperature by seeing the silver line where it is, what number it is showing. That will be the notification of our body temperature, right? So I am checking it with the help of a thermometer, right? Now, what is there actually in this thermometer which shows us the temperature? That is nothing but the mercury. A mercury is there in the tube which is present in the thermometer. Why we use mercury only, not any other chemical? The reason is that mercury is only the metal which is at liquid state at the room temperature. So we want liquid so that it can just expand and show us the notification or the temperature, right? Now, there are other properties also why mercury is used in thermometer. One of the main property is that it has a high expansion coefficient. The expansion property of mercury is very high. So, even if a slight change in the temperature, it shows the notable changes. It shows the expansion which we can note easily. That is a very important characteristic of mercury, and that is the reason it is used for thermometers. Okay. The second thing is it is shiny. It is quite shiny. You know, like it looks silver in color, so that's why we can see it very easily. Okay. The third thing is that it has high boiling point. So it cannot be easy. It will not easily boil even if the temperature is high because it needs a very high temperature to get boiling. Okay. And last but not the least, the best property is it does not stick to the walls of the thermometer. So if it is not sticking, it can easily rise up even if a slight change is there in the temperature, and it can show what is the temperature. Now, I am telling all these things to you, but our body is having heat and we are trying to measure the heat of our body with the help of the thermometer. Why? Because there is a universal temperature at which our body is normal. If it crosses that temperature, that means something abnormal is going on in our body. Our body temperature is higher than the normal one. And I am trying to just know that only with the help of the thermometer. So I hope you just know what is the topic today we are going to see in Discovery. It is nothing but heat. So let us know something more about it, some important points related to it. Okay children? First of all, I would like to say that heat is nothing but a form of energy. We know different forms of energy: solar energy, kinetic energy, potential energy, sound energy. So among them, one type of energy is heat energy. So heat is a form of energy. And this form of energy we can transfer from one place to another. It can be transformed easily from one place to another. But it can be transformed in three ways. That is through conduction, through convection, and through radiation. First, we will try to know what is conduction. Conduction is a type of transfer of heat within a solid or between two solids in contact. That means when the two molecules are in contact, that time only conduction will take place. Otherwise, it will not happen. So obviously, which molecules are in contact? Generally very closely packed to each other. The molecules are closely packed only in solids. So conduction is possible only in solids. Let us see one example by doing an activity. Let us do one activity and see the conduction of heat. Okay. And for that, the material which are needed are as follows. See, here there is a stand which has three pillars like, okay. And I am having three rods here. They are of different metals. This is copper, this is steel, and this is aluminium rod. Okay. Then there are metal balls, you can see here. Okay. These metal balls are attached to a small part of clay. They are just rolled up with a clay. Okay. Then there is a candle and there is a matchbox. Now, what we are going to do is, in these three pillars, we will put all the three rods respectively: copper rod, steel rod, and aluminium rod. We'll just insert, since a hole is given for that purpose here. Okay, and it should come at the center like this. Okay, and these 3 balls which are attached to the clay, we will just stick these balls to this rod, okay, from the bottom side. Why clay is used? So that the ball can be easily stuck to the rod, okay. And the third ball is here. After this, we need that a candle, we will burn the candle and we will just keep it below exactly this end. See, these should be in proper alignment, 3 of them should be in proper alignment, and exactly below that the flame of the candle will be there. Okay children? See children, you can see that there is a burning candle which is kept just below these alignments of all the 3 rods. Now what will happen? We need to just observe it. We need to observe the metal balls. Our aim is to find out that which metal ball falls down first. I will take it little bit up so that the process will be faster. So it was observed children that the ball which was attached to the copper rod, it fell down first. Then the aluminium rod ball was there, and the last ball which fell down was of steel. You can see here the 3 balls. Now let us find out the reason why the timing was different for all the 3 rods. Just now we observed that when heat was provided to these rods, the ball which was attached to the clay and far away from the flame, it fell down. So how it is possible? First thing is that to notice is that clay melts when heat is provided to it. Okay. So, but we were not providing the heat directly to the clay, but we were providing the heat to this end. That means the heat has transformed from this end to this end near the ball. Okay. The heat was transformed, and since the heat was transformed, this rod became hot, and the heat finally it was transformed to the clay and it started melting. So the ball fell down because of that. That means the conduction takes place even if we are not giving the heat directly to the that end of the metal. These all 3 rods are of metal. Okay, that means the heat is transformed from one place to the second place or from one point to another point of the metal easily. It can conduct the heat easily. That is very, very important. Okay. Now we can conclude that conduction takes place very easily in metals. But here the timing was different. First, the ball which was attached to the copper, it fell down. Second was the aluminium, and third was the steel. That means copper conducts heat very easily and very fast. Okay. So different metals has different speed of conducting the heat. Okay. So that means we can conclude that heat can easily be transferred through conduction by metals, that is solids. Okay. Now one more important point is there children. Here there are pillars which are made out of foam. They are not hot at all. I can hold it very easily. The reason is that this has not become hot. This proves that heat is not conducted to these pillars even if it is in contact with the hot material. This proves that there are some materials which cannot conduct heat, like you can say rubber, plastic or foam like material. So these are called as insulators. So in conduction we can just conclude one thing, that there are 2 types of materials around us. One is conductor and the other is insulator. Conductor can conduct heat from one place to another very easily. They are the conductors. They take the heat from one place to another because their molecules are very close to each other. So they can easily transfer the heat. Okay. And the second is insulator. There the heat cannot be transformed by them. So they are called as insulators. The conductor word has come from this word, that is conduction. The materials that can do the conduction process are called as conductors. Okay. Now children, we can just know the day-to-day examples for these 2 things, that is conductor and insulator. When we are cooking the food, you must have been observed many times that in the vessel when we are cooking the curries and all, we need to stir it. If we are using the metal spoon like steel spoon, then the handle becomes hot very easily. You cannot hold it and stir it. But on the contrary, if the spoon is made out of non-stick material or of wood, it does not become hot. You can easily hold it and just stir the thing. Why it is? Because of this property only. The steel spoons, the metal spoons are the conductors, and the other wooden spoons, they are the insulators, right? Type of transfer of heat is convection. Now here as you can see, transfer of heat through a fluid caused by molecular motion is called as convection. That means here the molecule will leave its place once it becomes hot. It will leave the place and there will be a movement in them. There will be a motion in them. So in which state of matter the molecules can move? You know that very well. It is possible only in liquids. And also it is possible in gases. But presently we will just consider liquids as it is given here in fluids. Now you must have observed, children, whenever we boil the water, you see that there are bubbles at the bottom of the vessel. And those bubbles just try to come up and some bubbles try to go down. Actually what is happening? The thing is that the molecules which are down near the bottom of the vessel, they become hot once we heat them. As soon as they become hot, they rises up, and the cold molecules which are on the upper layer of the water, they will settle down. So the transfer of molecules takes place continuously. The hot molecules will rise up, the cold molecules will settle down, and in this way the complete water is heated. So this is nothing but an example of convection mode of transfer of heat. Just now we discussed about the convection of heat in liquids. Now let us see it in gas. Okay. Now here there is an arrangement, you can see to it. In this arrangement I have used two PVC pipes. This is L shape and this is T shape. Okay. Now this L shape pipe is attached to the two OHP sheets which are rolled in the form of pipe, and one is attached here vertically. The second one is attached here horizontally. One end is the L-shaped pipe, to the other end of the same rolled OHP sheet is the T-shaped PVC pipe. Now, why we used here T-shape? The thing is that one end is attached to this pipe, the second one is attached to again the third roll of OHP sheet, and from here we are going to give the heat with the help of a candle. Okay, now in this arrangement one more thing we are going to use that is most important. This is incense stick. Generally we call it as agarbatti. Okay, I will just light this agarbatti or the incense stick and I will hold it here like this, and after that I will just observe, or you will just observe what happens. Yes, okay. You can see that when I am just holding the incense stick near the T-shaped PVC pipe, the smoke is coming from the other end, that is the L-shaped PVC pipe, right? It is due to the convection, children. The molecules are moving from one end to the other end due to convection. If I do it from the above side also, it will be the same. That means the molecules are moving from one end to another end. They are not just transferring the heat due to its motion, due to its movement. Know the concept behind this activity, children. The thing was that when the candle was burning here, the air which was there in this area, in this horizontal tube, it became hot. And we know very well hot air always rises up. So the air was completely released from this tube. So here vacuum was created. And when I hold the incense stick here, over here, the smoke which was given out from the incense stick, that was also hot. And so it entered this tube and it came out from this outlet. Okay, that is also the reason always when we just burn the incense stick, always the smoke goes up because the smoke has become hot due to its flame. Okay, so now this proves that in convection process, the molecule itself is moving from one place to another once it becomes hot. It is not directly transferring to the other molecule, but the molecule itself is moving. So this is nothing but convection. So children, you can see there is a candle and I am trying to bring my hand close to it, my palm close to it. Oh, here I can feel the warmth. Till here I was not feeling it, but when I am coming close to the flame of the candle, around here I can feel the warmth. Why it must be, children? Is there any mode of transfer of heat? Yes, that is nothing but radiation. In this case, when I am holding my hand here, there is air between the flame and between my hand. That air is becoming hot, and so I can feel the warmth on my hand. That means the transfer of heat is taking place due to radiation. This mode of transfer is called as radiation. In this case, I am having the medium. But do you know, children, one very important thing about radiation? In radiation, transfer of heat takes place even if medium is absent. The best example for this I can give you is the sun. You know very well that sun is a ball of burning gases. Okay, and we can feel the heat, or we can feel the warmth of the sun when we stand in a ground, on a ground, or in some vacant place, right? Now, if you just think on it, our earth is surrounded by atmosphere. Their medium is present. But what about above the atmosphere? There is only space, and we know very well that in space there is no medium. Still, sun is radiating the heat, emitting the heat to us, and we can feel it very easily. This means that radiation can take place even if the medium is not present around it, around the burning object. Okay. So, finally, that type of mode of heat, transfer of heat is called as radiation. Let us understand the mode of transfer of heat by means of a game. Okay, here 3 teachers are there, you can see, and 3 of us are representing as molecules. So let us see the first case. Okay, we are standing very close to each other, so the heat can be transferred from one molecule to another easily since we are very close to each other. Okay, this was the first case, that is of conduction. Now second case, we are little bit away from each other. Here, if I want to transfer the heat, we need the molecule is moving from one place to another. There is a motion between the molecules, you can see, since the molecules are away from each other. So this is the convection state of mode of transfer of heat. Now the third state. Now we are very far away from each other. In this case, if the heat has to be transferred, it has to go, yes, we said that even if the medium is there, or if it is not there, it can be transformed. So, this is the third case, that is the radiation. Thank you.